Hi, I'm Phil Limpert, the Supermarket Guru, and I want to introduce you to an amazing new opportunity brought to you by the NGA. Behind me, you can see the Utopia Across America Innovation Center. These vehicles are touring the country to show independent grocers the latest developments in retail technology from a number of innovative manufacturers committed to helping you control costs and increase profit.
I think it's important that all independents take a look at all the options that they have in managing their business. Self-checkout just being one of those many options. If I wasn't considering doing self-checkout, I didn't think it was something that applied to us until I saw the Pan-Oston bus today. And I'm very impressed with what I see. And I have a feeling we're going to start doing some of that in our stores. So even if someone has never considered it, I think it's worth a visit from these guys to take a good hard look at the offering that they have. I think the definition of service has changed in the marketplace, especially in grocery. Customers don't expect as much service. We still want to offer that, and we still can do that through our full service meat departments, through our full service produce departments, our on-site bakery delis. There's still a lot when it comes to service besides checking somebody out. So I think there's plenty of opportunities for touch points with the customers without the checkout, although it's still very important that they get a hello and a goodbye and thank you for shopping with us. Labor is just such a huge cost for any retailer, and this is a great way. Self-checkout's a great way to save labor anyway, but now having even more mobility and flexibility to do that with that mobile handheld tracking unit was fantastic. I liked the mobile device that they'd have for the manager or the front-end manager. I thought that was really slick, that somebody could watch all the lanes mobily. They didn't have to stand right there like you see with so many other units where they have to set up a kiosk or a podium for the individual that manages all the self-checkouts. This person can be very mobile, hitting a lot of different lanes at once while still keeping track of all the transactions.
I was impressed with the whole setup, but I really liked the way it controlled the cash as to the way the customers can put it in and the way it kicks it out and the way it secures it, basically, for security reasons. Your screen it's user-friendly. It helps you, it gives you step-by-step on how you can get started, finish up. It just basically guides you right through. Well, I would think it would help the people that pops in on lunch breaks or on their way to work, that's in a hurry, that want to grab the couple items that they want. Most customers at that time of the day or morning, they want to kind of get it and go because they're pressed for time. Then you also have your customers that like the homey atmosphere, that want to come in, have one-on-one with a clerk, but everyone's not always that way. Everybody's not a people person. My opinion, I think it would be a good investment, because you can have one person monitor anywhere from 2 to 4 registers, and people can come in, get through there. You're going to be better at customer service. You're going to be catering to, not one specific group of customers, but you can cater to all your customers that way. For customers that want to use a U-Scan or with customer service, with using a clerk, it's just, I can see it being a save all the way around. As a matter of fact, I had customers noticing the U-Scan truck outside our store today. And as I walked through the store working, I had customers asking me, "Are you getting U-Scan? Are you getting U-Scan?" So it was pretty interesting, yes, just to see the reaction.
We had kind of avoided self-checkout. Our whole business model is centered around customer service, and it didn't seem like a good fit. And it seems like now the impression more is that people are going to want it. And it's easier to integrate now with baggers and checkout assistants and things like that. So now it's more appealing to us to look at putting it in also. I think what the customer wants and perceives, and let's face it, we've been in our stores, where we've seen customers backed up because we didn't have enough people on the registers, and then all of a sudden I know that I'm in that situation. I'm looking for a self-checkout, and I don't really care whether we bag it or who bags it, you know, or not. But now we're able more, I think, to integrate our customer service with the convenience and the speed of the self-checkout. The integration, I think, is what got me the most. Before, when we initially looked at it, it seemed like the integration was going to be a fairly expensive and lengthy process to go through, and now with the integration so greatly simplified, that's one of the things that's very appealing to us. I'd have to say, honestly, we haven't put it in ourselves yet, but now I think we're much more interested in looking at it and experimenting with it and trying it. I think it was pretty positive. Our point of sale guy was initially pretty skeptical of it, and he was just the last one on with us now, and I think he's a lot more on board with it now too. And I think that's one of the main people we have to sell in the company is our POS specialist.
And everything about this bus is a nice marketing tool, and then to actually get in and be able to put your hands on things and be able to do things and see how it works, I think that's the really neat thing. And they're bringing it to the customers, you know, stores, and so the managers and people can come out and do things with it and actually feel like they're a customer and see what the customer would, you know, what their results would be like. And I think that's what's very interesting. Actually, we're here for the self-checkouts, but one of the things that just really kind of made me open my eyes is the whole ergo lanes, or that just kind of you know, I had 2 or 3 people in there just as soon as they said certain things, turned around and looked at me and went, I want that. The whole ergo lanes, and to where you're still going to have a cashier and you're still going to have that interaction and the customer service, but all of the funds and payments are going to be done on the customer side. So there's a whole lot to say about cash management, and that's a big portion of our business. You know, there's certain priorities that I think we need to look at, because what people need to realize today, especially with what's went on economically, they don't just shop your store. They shop somewhere else, and they're learning how to use these self-checkouts somewhere else. Now they're going to come back in your store and you're not going to have those. So I really think you ought to think about who your customer is, because they're shopping somewhere else too. They're not just shopping you anymore.
Schedule a stop at your office or store today